This shadow app is the 11th most downloaded app on the Apple App Store right now. And if you can dedicate just 60 minutes a day, I will show you how tens of thousands of ordinary people all over the world are using this exact shadow app to make a consistent $100, $200, or even $500 a day extra income from the comfort of their own home or anywhere in the world, working just an hour or two a day. I'm not talking about TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. This isn't some new social media or messenger app, yet it has more active users than every single app that I just mentioned. In fact, odds are you probably have it installed on your phone right now. Yet you probably never thought about using it to make money because, to be frank, this app is old as fuck. This isn't some cute new flavor of the month, here today and gone tomorrow nonsense. It's been around since before the App Store was even invented, lurking in the shadows, sitting on everyone's phone and hiding in plain sight. In fact, this is such a powerful tool that it was even banned in China and several other countries over 14 years ago because they didn't want their citizens to have access to that level of power, so they could keep their citizens trapped like cogs in a machine. And I don't blame the Chinese government. If their citizens had access to this tool, they could become strong and independent free thinkers. They could rebel against the system and China's harsh dictatorship would begin to crumble. And that's unlucky for the people of China. But if you're watching this, then it means there's a 99% chance that you do have access to this app. And as long as you have a phone or laptop and an internet connection, then you can use it to make $50 to $200 an hour from anywhere in the world without the headache of having to start a business, post any content, run ads, show your face, talk to anyone, or stare at a screen for 12 hours a day. This isn't any of the shit you've heard before, like Ecom, dropshipping, Amazon, YouTube automation, crypto trading, real estate, phone closing, appointment setting, affiliate marketing, or any of that stuff. I want to share with you this shadow app that's at the forefront of a $600 billion industry and growing like wildfire year after year. This isn't taught in school or university and hardly anyone is talking about it. And the reason it's so beginner friendly is because you're partnering with already successful businesses who have a proven track record and just need help with this one little piece. And the reason that I can be so confident in saying all of this is because we've worked with over 700 people over the last 6 years and helped them to leverage this app to fire their bosses and make a full-time income working just a couple hours a day from wherever the hell they want. No boss, no job, no worries. Just like James, an 18-year-old barista who was fired from McDonald's, and within 4 months, he was making more than both of his parents combined using this app. Emma, a mother of 3, made her first $1,500 the same week she joined us. Ray, an immigrant from Singapore, was made redundant from his 9-to-5, had 30 days to make his mortgage payment or he'd be deported. Made $10K in his very first month. Rebecca quit her full-time job and made $132,000 in her first year. Brian, in his 40s, a father of 2, was working a regular 9-to-5 but wanted more for himself and his family. He went from 0 to 5K a month in his first couple months, now earns 6 figures a year working with top names like Tony Robbins, and is able to take his family on regular vacations and give the kids the life that he never had growing up. Renzo, an intern at Microsoft who was making 4K a month, he quadrupled his income within 8 weeks, was able to help pay for his mom's $30,000 cancer treatment and literally save her life. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. I have over 700 more screenshots just like this in my phone. And in these crazy economic times where experts are saying that we're headed into recession and Goldman Sachs predicts that over 300 million jobs are soon to be replaced by AI, building a reliable stream of income has never been more important for protecting ourselves and our families from the next financial crisis. Okay, Sean, enough teasing. What the hell is this app you're talking about? Well, this billion-dollar tech giant I'm referring to here is none other than Gmail. And the skill that I'm referring to is called Gmail copywriting. And in order to explain exactly what that is, I need to first give you some context on how I came across it. Make sure you stick around to the very end because at the end of this video, I am going to be giving you a secret code word that if you DM me this code word on Instagram, I will give you the exact copy and paste script that you can use to land your first high-paying client for $1,000, $2,000, or even $3,000 a month. So you can start seeing results literally by the end of today. 100% free, no strings attached. With just this script, Gmail, and a Wi-Fi connection, it has allowed me and hundreds of my students to quit our jobs and make a full-time income working from home. It has helped 61 of my students go from zero to making 6 figures a year, and 4 of them even make over $1 million a year. It's what's enabled me to not only earn over $3 million as my side hustle, but to pursue my dream of being a full-time artist and DJ, travel the world doing what I love. I just hit 20 million streams on Spotify the other day, and I completed my first international tour last year. From the jungles of Bali to the beaches of the Bahamas, I've been able to visit dozens of countries with my beautiful girlfriend. I've been able to meet so many amazing people, treat my friends and family to crazy experiences, and even live in this insane oceanfront penthouse in my mid-20s, all while changing lives across the world. I've been featured in magazines like Forbes, Entrepreneur, Daily Mail, Yahoo Finance. I've shared stages with some of the biggest titans in the industry like Dan Pena, Dan Locke, Elliot Hulse, Brandon Carter, Bedros Keuilian, Joel Marion, Jason Capital, Justin Goff, to name a few. But let's not get carried away. Because 6 years ago, I was broke as a joke, working in a warehouse for minimum wage. I had just dropped out of the engineering and business degree that I'd spent 5 years studying to get into. I was $78,000 in student debt, stressed out of my mind and working 3 jobs just to make a living. I looked down the path that this degree was taking me, go to college, get a job, earn a cushy $80K a year salary, work for 40 years to buy stuff that you don't need, to impress people that you don't care about, get a mortgage and a white picket fence, have 2.5 kids, retire, and die. I finally woke up and I saw the ugly, naked truth. The whole system is a scam.
What?
I remember the exact moment I decided to drop out. I was in my final year of business school, 7 PM on a Tuesday night, taking a class about entrepreneurship from a guy who'd never even started his own business. He was just teaching from a textbook. And in that moment, for the first time in my life, I saw the system for what it truly was. I walked out mid-class and I never came back. I walked home feeling angry, cheated, and betrayed because everything that my parents, teachers, and society told me my whole life, everything I worked hard for the last 12 years, was all a fucking lie. The system doesn't want you to succeed. It doesn't care about your happiness. It doesn't care if your mum gets sick. It just wants you to be an obedient little slave, pay your taxes, and don't make too much noise. I refuse to be just some cog in a machine, some glorified factory worker in a suit who gets told when he can eat and when he can use the bathroom and for how long. No fucking thank you. And given you're watching this, it means you've probably come to the same conclusion. But don't worry, we'll get to the solution in just a second. Because after dropping out, I had a new problem. I didn't want to be a broke, struggling musician working at Subway for the next decade, so I needed a way of making a full-time income working only part-time hours so I could pursue my music career. Now, this led me down a horrible but life-changing experimentation phase. Just like you probably have, I started Googling ways to make money online. Although 6 years ago, there weren't really any videos like this out there, and it wasn't really a thing like it is now. My parents and friends just thought I was a fucking weirdo loser, to be honest. And I don't really blame them, because for over a year, I started and failed at countless different side hustles, from dropshipping to Forex trading, sports betting, network marketing, and even online casino hacking. None of these made me any real money, and I just wasted a year of my life spinning my wheels in the mud and going nowhere. I felt like an embarrassment to my friends and my family, throwing away a prestigious degree and a promising future with nothing to show for it. And after a year of eating shit, I finally came to my senses and I realized that rather than wasting years of my life trying to figure it out for myself, I knew I could get there 10 times faster, learning from someone who'd already done it and made all the mistakes for me. So I found someone who not only had the income I wanted, but the free time and the life that I wanted as well. His name was Jason. And he was really good, but there was just one problem. He was also really fucking expensive, and I was flat broke. So I worked day and night for weeks, I saved up and I gave all my money to Jason. I literally had $29 left to my name. I took a screenshot. I thought, hey, you know what? One day this might make a cool story. And here we are. Jason taught me the high income skill of email copywriting, and unlike all the other side hustles, I finally felt like I had a real skill that businesses would actually pay me for. But I had no idea how to get paying clients because the program didn't teach that part. So I worked my ass off for a month straight to figure this client getting thing out, working until 2 a.m. every single day, then waking up at 6 to go sit in traffic in the freezing cold on the way to my warehouse job. It was absolute hell, but I did manage to land my first 3 clients and finally quit my warehouse job. And then something really weird happened. I noticed that some of my clients were getting hundreds of opens, clicks, and sales with my emails, and others were getting almost none. It turns out there were some things that I was doing without even realizing that was causing this, and once I figured this out, I was able to make my clients a lot more sales with email and now charge $3,000 a month instead of just $1,000 to $2,000. So I went from making $6K a month to $12 or even $15K a month, which was a crazy amount of money to me back then. I was able to travel the world all while my business grew, and all I had to do was just write a few emails every morning, one for each client. So what does all this mean for you? Why should you care? Well, here's my big takeaway. Going from minimum wage warehouse worker to making over $3 million online with this side hustle. Starting a successful business is fucking difficult. If you want to make a full-time income working from home, take it from me, don't start a business. At least, not yet. The reality is there are so many different skills that you have to learn and master to start a successful business. Almost every business is going to need capital to get started, not to mention all of your time, attention, energy, and focus. It is literally the same as raising a baby. Tell me, if you were to have a newborn baby right now, would you be ready to take on that kind of responsibility? Probably not. And that's the big reason why most businesses fail within 5 years. Take a typical ecom business, for example. You have to learn how to set up a store, run ads, set up complicated tech automations, find a winning product, find a supplier, manage logistics and inventory, write compelling product descriptions, understand your AOV, your LTV, your CAC, and build a brand so you stand out from the competition. Not to mention skills like accounting and leading and managing a team, and you have to master all of this and then spend thousands on ads to hopefully make a profit. Not to mention you're competing for the same ad slots as multi-billion-dollar brands who've been doing this for decades. Pardon my French, but how the fuck is a beginner supposed to stand a fighting chance in business when they have none of these skills?
Thank you. Thank you.
Exactly. So here's what I recommend instead. Instead of starting a business, learn an in-demand skill that businesses are willing to pay big money for. So this way you get paid while learning the ins and outs of an already successful business. You get most of the benefits of having your own business, like good money, full control of your income. You can work as much or little as you like. You can work whenever you want, from wherever you want, no answering to a boss, sitting in traffic, or dealing with annoying coworkers, with almost none of the financial risks, headaches, or 24/7 stress of managing your own business. So then the question becomes, well, what's the easiest and fastest way for a beginner to earn a full-time income working part-time hours from home? Well, for me, for a side hustle to be worth it, it must meet the following 5 criteria. Number 1, high income. It should have potential to earn at least 6 figures a year if you put in full-time hours. Number 2, flexible. It should have flexible income so you can make as much or as little as you want, and your income should scale the more work that you put in. Number 3, remote. It can be done from anywhere in the world with just a laptop or phone and an internet connection. Number 4, low barrier to entry. It should be realistic for an average person with an average income and no skills to pull it off. So we're not flipping commercial real estate or some shit like that. And number 5, low time to profitability. You must be able to start making a proper income within a month or 2 of starting. So let's take a look at 10 popular make money online opportunities that are going around right now and compare them to this criteria. If you've watched any of these best side hustles to start in 2024 YouTube videos, you've probably already heard of side hustles like dropshipping, Amazon FBA, high ticket closing, appointment setting, trading, video editing, SMMA, coaching, real estate, or YouTube automation. Now, we've already talked about why Ecom, dropshipping, Amazon FBA is a terrible idea for beginners. So let's get that one out of the way and look at the other 9 on the list. Number 2 on the list, high ticket closing. Yes, this has a high earning potential for sure, but unless you have the gift of the gab, it takes a long time to get good at phone sales. Plus, you have to take calls at set times every day, which makes it no different than just having a job. And that's the same with number 3 on the list, appointment setting. You're required to be in the DMs messaging people for hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week, and it's become such a commodity that your earning potential is only a few $1,000s a month in most cases. What about number 4? Trading. Well, don't even get me started on this, okay? Believe me, I've tried it. And yes, I still use trading bots as part of my investing strategy. I like high risk, high reward strategies as much as the next guy, okay? I'm as big of a degenerate as they come, right? But relying on something as volatile as trading for an income is literally like flying to Vegas and betting your entire bank account on red. Elon Musk farts and all of a sudden you've lost 10 grand overnight. Doesn't sound very in your control to me. What about number 5? Video editing. Yeah, the demand is super high, sure, but you're competing with talented editors from the Philippines who are happy to work for $5 to $10 an hour. That is a race to the bottom. What about number 6? Starting a social media marketing agency. Yeah, that was a great opportunity 10 years ago, but the landscape is so saturated nowadays that getting clients is like playing Where's Wally in a Wally factory. You're just another face in the crowd. What about number 7? Coaching. This one is great if you happen to have spent the last decade becoming a world-class expert at a particular skill, but I'm guessing you haven't done that or you wouldn't be watching this right now. Number 8, flipping real estate. This one is also great if you have a spare $50,000 lying around for a deposit, which I'm sure is totally achievable for the average American who has less than $1,000 in their bank account and can't afford to cover a $500 emergency. So then we have number 9. Oh, this is my favorite. Starting a faceless YouTube channel. Do you know what percentage of dedicated YouTubers actually earn more than minimum wage? 3%. Your odds don't look great on that one either. You see, with each of these, you're set up for failure from the very beginning. It's no wonder that you haven't succeeded yet. It's just like the traditional system. The entrepreneurial game is completely rigged against you. And it makes me so angry to see these gurus profiting from the failures of beginners. So around and around the carousel you go, jumping from one shiny object to another until 1 year, 2 years later, you're stuck in exactly the same place, working the same boring job, sitting in the same soul-sucking traffic every morning for 40 years until you retire and die. This is the tragic reality for 99% of people who try and make money online. So what's the secret then? Like, what do you need to actually make this work? Well, obviously you need a proven system. One system that is beginner friendly and easy to learn. So you can spend an hour or two a day on it before or after work in your spare time, and something that you can actually start making a meaningful income from within a month or two, without the headache of starting a business, creating content, running ads, talking to people on the phone, or any of that nonsense. So weighing in at number 10, we have an introvert's dream, Gmail copywriting. It is the oldest, highest paying, most reliable, and most flexible on this list by far. And here's how it works. According to World Bank, there are over 330 million businesses in the world, and over 80% of them use email marketing, as they should, because 4 billion people check their email every single day. That's half the planet, and it is more than all social media platforms combined. And the most popular email platform? You guessed it, Gmail. Over 1.5 billion people use Gmail. And guess what? Those 330 million companies, they know this. They know there are millions of dollars to be made with email, but the CEOs are busy. They don't have time to write their own emails, so they hire people to do it for them. We call these people email copywriters. And believe it or not, businesses will happily pay you $500 a week to write one daily email for them. You get just 2 of these businesses as clients, and you can make a full-time income writing 2 emails a day. You get 4 of them and you're looking at $2,000 a week in your pocket. That is a 6-figure income just writing a few emails a day. And you can charge even more than that if you apply a few clever tricks in Gmail. The best part is, unlike a lot of other side hustles, which are essentially a glorified job, as a Gmail copywriter, you can work from wherever you want, whenever you want, no nagging boss, no annoying coworkers, you never have to show your face or talk to anyone. Whether you want to make a couple extra $1,000 a month on the side, you want to make 5 to 10K a month and travel the world, or you want to go big and you want to earn over $1,000 a day like some of my students, Gmail copywriting gives you the complete flexibility and freedom, and that is what makes it the best side hustle you could possibly start right now, in my opinion. Now, let's address the giant elephant in the room. AI. Well, here's what's interesting. Because of the way these personality-driven emails are written, AI has a long way to go before it starts to replace anyone. I don't know a single one of my clients who has been replaced by AI so far. And in fact, with the introduction of AI and ChatGPT, we're now able to crank out quality emails way faster, and we can earn twice as much in half the time. There's literally never been a better time to become a Gmail copywriter. The people who take advantage of this 21st century gold rush are going to make an absolute killing. And that is exactly why I get sent messages like this one every single day. Katrina, a former English teacher, closed her first client for $1,500 a month 1 week after joining CMB. Tyson, who was a carpenter, who went from zero to making $20,000 a month within 10 months of joining CMB. Before he stole my stuff and started reselling it, but that's another video for another day. Charlotte, who worked for a demanding asshole of a boss, and we were able to help her say adios to her job and double her income within just a few months. Luca, a 16-year-old high school student who went from 0 to 10K a month in 25 days while still going to school every day. Hell, Logan, who went from homeless to making 6 figures in 6 months. He has such a crazy story that the Daily Mail literally wrote an article about him. And I have dozens more crazy success stories where that came from. So now that you've seen how Gmail copywriting is one of the most in-demand skills that you can have right now, and the fastest way for any English speaker to make a full-time income online, you might be wondering, how do you even get into this? Well, after I dropped out of university, quit my job, and started making a full-time income working a couple hours a day from my laptop, people started asking what I was doing, and so I showed a few of my friends my system, and sure enough, they started getting the same results as me. I loved the impact that I could have on them. Eventually, I pivoted and began coaching full-time as I just found it more fun and rewarding. Fast forward to today, and I've helped over 700 everyday people launch their Gmail copywriting businesses and fire their bosses too. And I'm not gonna lie, seeing my clients quit their 9-to-5 jobs, take their family on dream vacations, or even save their parents' lives like Renzo, I realized it would be selfish as fuck for me to keep this secret to myself. And besides, there are over 330 million businesses in the world, and every single one of them needs a copywriter. So there is no way I could service them all, not even in a million lifetimes. So I asked myself, what would be the best way to not only share this with as many people as possible, but most importantly, ensure that the people who I share it with actually use it and get results? A foolproof system that provides a real step-by-step path to success by tapping into this exploding industry that would work even for complete beginners with zero skills or experience, and save you having to waste a year of your life and tens of thousands of dollars in trial and error like me. So what I did was package everything I've learned in my last 6 years doing this with over 700 clients who've generated over $500 million combined, and give it to you in a compact step-by-step system so you can land $2,000 or $3,000 a month clients like clockwork. Now, I'm sure you've seen a ton of gurus out there who promise you the world, they promise you the secrets to financial freedom, but most of these programs are taught by people who've never even achieved real results themselves. And the ones who have, I have not seen a single program come close to the results that we have. Which is why everything we teach in CMB is battle tested and is actually working in the real world right now. And there are 3 core pillars that we use to take total newbies and turn them into copy savages in as little as 10 weeks. Content, coaching, and community. Number 1 is the content, and I'll let you in on a little secret. The copywriting coaching isn't actually taught by me, but by my good friends and 2 original mentors, Sam and Tyler. These guys have generated over $100 million with their emails. They've written for some of the biggest names in the digital marketing world, including Grant Cardone, Ty Lopez, VShred, BioTrust, Brandon Carter, Bedros Keuilian, Joel Marion, Craig Ballantyne, and so many others. Not to mention there are 10 modules where I teach you the exact step-by-step strategy to take this skill and get businesses to actually pay you to write for them, something which every other copywriting program seems to completely skip over. So by the end of the 10 weeks, the goal isn't just to have a bunch of cool information and skills, but to be an actual freelancer with actual paying clients. Which brings me to pillar number 2. I'm a firm believer that courses alone are not enough. If you want to truly make progress, you need access to a coach or mentor who can answer your questions and guide you along the way. That's why, in addition to myself, I've hand-selected a world-class coaching team of 4 veteran copywriters who have years of experience, have each made their clients tens of millions of dollars, and also make a minimum of 6 figures a year themselves. We all walk the walk and are in the trenches doing this stuff every day. So you have 5 calls a week with me and the other coaches to get your emails personally reviewed and critiqued, and to ask any questions you have as you go along your journey. So you can get advice specific to your situation. And that brings me to the 3rd pillar of CMB, our community. I interviewed 26 of our 61 6-figure earners, and 23 out of 26 of them said that the community is one of the top 3 most valuable parts of the entire program. I may be a little bit biased, but I have yet to find a single community online that is as helpful and supportive as my CMB fam. Everyone wants everyone else to win. We're all constantly sharing our best tips and strategies of what's working right now. And even the people in the program who are making 6 and 7 figures are stopping in regularly to help the new guys and give advice. That is something I've never seen in any other program. And when I die, I can say hand on heart, the CMB community we have built will be among the things I am the most proud of. And best of all, every time someone has a win, let everyone know how they did it so we can all learn from each other's success. Every successful person throughout history, from Socrates to Michael Jordan, knew that having a mentor is so important, which is why I'm super excited to announce that we have just added a free one-on-one acceleration call with either me or one of my head coaches that everyone who joins my new 10-week Fire Your Boss challenge will get as a bonus. Previously, the only way to gain access to me and my coaching team was in my $12,000 a year high-level mastermind, or alternatively to pay between $200 and $1,000 an hour for our time. And a lot of students have happily paid this amount because of the insane results they've been able to achieve with our systems. But I wanted to create something that was more affordable for the average 9-to-5er, but still an investment so you take it seriously and implement, because if there's no skin in the game, then there is no game. I have personally invested over $250,000 of my own money into coaches, courses, and masterminds over the last 10 years, and I would never ask you to do anything that I haven't done myself. But I understand there are a lot of fake gurus out there, so I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. So here's my promise to you. If you work with us and you don't manage to land at least 2 clients and make at least $1,000 to $2,000 a week within 12 weeks, we will work with you for free until you do. So this way, we're incentivized to get you results, so you have nothing to lose, because I don't like working for free. So if this sounds interesting and you want to fire your boss and replace your job income, or maybe even keep your job if you like it and build a second income stream so you can finally live life on your own terms, then click the link below this video and schedule a call with either me or one of my head coaches. The call is super chill. We're laid back Aussies and Brits. We like to have fun, okay? It's not gonna be some high pressure buy or die sales call. We just wanna learn a little bit more about your goals to see if we can even help you, because at the end of the day, if we can't get you results, then we have to work with you for free until we do. And if at the end of the call, if we both feel like it makes sense to work together, then we can talk about what that might look like. There's zero pressure, so click the link below, schedule a call with myself or one of my head coaches, and I'm looking forward to making you our next big success story. Oh, and congratulations on making it to the very end and being one of the few people who finish what they start. I told you that if you stayed until the end, I was going to give you my copy-paste script to get clients. So I want you to go on Instagram right now at Sean Ferres and send me the secret code word, cheat sheet. If you send me that word, I will send you my copy-paste client getting script for free. Congratulations on making it to the end of this training. Book your game plan call below, and I look forward to talking with you very soon.